Welcome to Get Understanding. This is a platform where we just talk about what's happening in the church, but most of all, what's happening in our church. And with me, I have Mr. Delmain Theophilus.
Lovely. My name is Delmain, also known as Theophilus, but I would like to prefer to myself as Major Apostle, Super Apostle, Delmain Hogan. Just a joke.
Yeah,
But my experience in ENLC Randfontein has been quite amazing, you know. While I was walking up to the police station before we got to be here today, I was actually thinking about an experience I had, Pastor. The first time I actually got here and Pastor prayed for me. So Pastor did this altar call. We were still dealing with the series of altars. And in the season of altars, while we were doing that series, I was also dealing with altars in my personal studies. And that was the driving force, and that was like, you know, when the chain and the lock meet and it brings about a closeness, I knew this was home. So what happened was, I was sitting in the back there and I was telling this guy, Vogel, kijk, hier zitten mijn notes.
Yo.
Hier zitten mijn notes. Ek ken
Yo.
And it was like, Pastor, it was net an experience. It was so surreal.
Like within the first year when we moved to Randfontein, I met Pastor Tommy. And the beautiful thing about it is, I told him the other day, the beautiful thing about it is when I started my YouTube conversations, the Regen show, when I started my YouTube interviews with different people that I still have on my YouTube channel, he was my first guest.
The very first guest.
Literally the first guest. Like, he was the first person I thought about. He was actually the reason why I wanted to have something like that, because I started speaking to him and I could hear the wisdom he has. I was like, ek soek sulke mense, ek het cameras, ek soek content create, but I need people that can praat, man, you understand? And he was one of those people that I've met, and we've been consistent in our friendship ever since. So your personal experience with regards to church media. I designed a magazine, like a booklet, a book that looks like the size of your huisgenoot and so on. Somebody saw it and the person said, is it necessary to advertise the work of Jesus? Jesus didn't have these things and now we act as if, and I didn't want to go into a debate with that person. My question to you, why do you think it's important to do it? Because we are both in the media in this church. Why is it important for you, and how has it improved ever since you came here? What do you like about, that leads to the spiritual part of the reason why we have media?
Great question, Pastor. Like, at first I was also, like, my background is from a traditional church, the Anglican Church of Southern Africa. So my background was also like, die mense maak 'n mockery. I was very stern, staunch and religious.
Sure.
Yo, I was also like, why is this necessary? Why do we need marketing in church? Is God insufficient? Is God not all capable? Is God not all powerful? Is the Holy Spirit not supposed to be the conviction? Because they say they have the Holy Spirit. So why is their Holy Spirit not doing anything? But since I've been here and since I've been in media, I've realized that it's not actually true, because the Holy Spirit is the number one driving force behind everything that we do. If you can look at Sunday's pictures or Sunday's media, when I came to church on Sunday, we normally come early, but when I came to church on Sunday, my prayer was, while I left home, while I got left in every step of the way, I just kept on asking God, I commit this work to you.
Come on.
God, I commit this work to you.
Now I understand.
Our devotion while we were here with the music ministers, and while you were having the meeting with the media team, and I just snuck out a bit, that's where I really asked God, like, Father, ek wil hier is om te gesien te wees. Ek wil hier is om agter 'n kamera te wees, om daarvoor the announcements to do and whatever ek doen. Ek wil ek is hier vir hy nie. I want people to see you. I want people to see different facets of you.
Come on.
Like you said in the book of Zechariah, The Joshua and his priests, they are only but a shadow. They are only but a shadow. So Allah was not like a poster for Jesus. But what happened was that he said, you are a shadow of the rock that I will set, which will have 7 facets to it. Oh, not going into that. Ek wil niet te deep think of whatsoever, because we are always warned about trying to sound too deep as ministers in our church. Our pastor always emphasizes on this. Don't try to sound deep. Don't ever try to sound deep. Because you have the revelation, but your heart is not filled with the love, the commitment, and the joy to serve Jesus. The joy to serve people and the joy to serve Jesus. So I would say that media is a crucial part of what we are doing here. Because what we want to do is we want people outside that is already captured by media. When you look on your phone, everything you see on Facebook, it's not destroying. It's destroying. It's naked people, it's blasphemy, it's the wars, everything else. But we want to be the one that is contrary. Being holy is being set apart, being separate, in the mess, being separate. So media has become that to me. Being separate in a world where there's so much noise. There's just a light and a beam at the end of the tunnel saying, Jesus is Lord.
Did you know that another church in Gauteng contacted Pastor Tommy based on the YouTube videos that I shared and uploaded and the clips that I shared?
Oh, that's
they
great
did
news.
a weekday Bible study on the topic like what he's preaching here to us. They used our material. Like we would maybe take one from T.D. Jakes and it's a topic for the next 2 months.
Wow.
They did that.
You
see what I'm saying?
So,
no, but I'm just saying, just to emphasize on the importance of media and, making sure that you understand the purpose of it.
My question would be to you is, as an in-house pastor, how's the experience been for the time that you have been here?
Sure, and the nice thing is I've been associate pastor, in the other churches where I was, because I'm specializing in media. So I used to run in both the churches where I was. I used to oversee HOD, the youth, media, and the worship team. And this is the first church where I'm only doing one of those.
Oh,
you understand? Because I started with the youth, and I was part of the worship team, and then I took over the worship team at some point, and I left the youth with David, and then now I'm now just focusing on the media. And that's the beautiful thing about it, because there's so many people that are doing stuff, and I always wanted this. So to answer your question, it's a bit of a, I have to check myself every now and then. I'm constantly checking myself, and the conversations that I have with Pastor Tommy every now and then is that I shouldn't get lost in what I do. I like what Kirk Franklin said in his video, and I'm going to paraphrase. If something that you do becomes louder than Jesus, then there's a problem.
Then there's a serious problem.
Yes,
sir.
There's a serious problem. And when I heard that, I was like, have you ever felt like you know what you feel, but you can't put it in words? And when Kirk Franklin said that, I was like, easy done, you understand? There's a description to my
to my predicament, to my current predicament.
I put out my description with one post that I had a few years ago, and I said, it's my passion to see people love their passion.
Oh, that's great.
So,
oh, poetic. Oh, Pastor.
So it's not an easy thing. It's also not hard. I like what Pastor Tommy says. He tells it's not that deep. It's not that deep. Because the moment it becomes too deep or too hard, it's like you want to now fix things or put things in place in such a way that you help God.
Yes,
and I'm not here to help God. I'm not here to help the ministry even.
Yes,
this ministry can do without me. It doesn't matter how much I appear in most areas of the media. this is basically just the start, our first episode.
intro, true.
Yeah, just an intro on the understanding. Get understanding. It's not a show.
Yes,
it's not a
sir.
podcast thing.
It's just a corner.
We just want to keep you updated. We will have different people that's going to talk about their experiences in the church. Please join us every Sunday at 10 a.m. at number 5 Protea Street in Aureus, Randfontein.
True.
Other than that, stay tuned. What can you say to them?
God bless, and always remember, in all you're getting,
Get understanding.